Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the series of Trematodes. The first Trematodes we are going to talk about is the Paragonimus Westermani. Paragonimus Westermani. We need to remember this as the Paragonimus Westermani. Why, I will tell you very soon. Just you need to remember that. You need to remember it as Paragonimus Westermani. So first let's talk something about the Trematodes. There are some common points in all the Trematodes and there is exception in everyone. So first common point is that all of the Trematodes have their infective form which is known as the metacercaria. All of the infective form are all of the Trematodes have their infective form known as the metacercaria. The second common point about them is that all of them have three hosts. First definitive host is human, and there is a first intermediate and there is a second intermediate host. They have two intermediate hosts and one definitive host, total three hosts. The first definitive host or the only definitive host is human. The first intermediate host is snail in every trematodes, and there is a second intermediate host which is different in different trematodes. Third thing which is common in all the trematodes are all of them are the hermaphrodite. That it means that all of them have sex in both sex in the same organism. Fourth common point is that all of them lay eggs which are operculated. Operculated, which means they all have the operculum or a lid in their eggs. On their eggs, there is an operculum, which is a lid. There is an exception to all of these points, and the exception is the same organism, which is cystosoma. So you need to remember that cystosoma is an exception in all of these points. So the first point, which is the infective form, is the metacercaria for all the trematodes except for the cystosoma, whose infective form is cercaria instead of metacercaria. Cystosoma, cercaria. Second thing is all of them have three hosts, one definitive and two intermediate. But the cystosoma has only two hosts, one definitive which is human as same, but there is only one intermediate host which is snail. So as for cystosoma, as for only snail is the intermediate host. Third is that they all of them are hermaphrodite except for the cystosoma, which has separate sex in separate organism. So cystosoma separate sex. Fourth is all of them have eggs which are operculated, but only the cystosoma has the spinous egg. As for as, so there are four exceptions for cystosoma. Cystosoma, the infective form is cercaria. The intermediate host is only one, which is snail. They all have the cystosoma has separate sex and they have spinous egg. So these are the points which you need to remember as an exception for cystosoma. So let's talk about the Paragonimus Westermani. So Paragonimus Westermani has a first intermediate host which is human, or the Paragonimus has a definitive host which is human, first intermediate host which is snail. This both is common to all trematodes. And there is a second intermediate host which is different in all different trematodes. So for Paragonimus it is crayfish or crab. That's why I told you to remember it as a Paragonimus. Cara for crayfish or crab. Paragonimus Westermani. Let's look at the life cycle of the Paragonimus Westermani. So, and you can also remember one thing, there is a Paragonimus, para P for pulmo. So it infects the lungs. It affects the lungs. P for pulmo. So how it all starts? It starts by ingestion of metacercaria by humans. These metacercaria exist into humans duodenum or intestine, and then they lay eggs. These eggs are passed in feces. Which eggs? Unembryonated eggs. Unembryonated eggs are passed into the feces. Now these go through 4 stages. You need to remember this as MCRC. MCRC. What is MCRC? M for Miracidia, S for cyst, sporocyst, cyst, sporocyst, C for cyst, R for radia, and C for cercaria. So, Miracidia, they hatch. These eggs hatch in and form Miracidia. They penetrate the snail, and then in snail they go through remaining 3 phases. CRC. C is cyst, R is radia, C is cercaria. Now these cercaria will go into the crab or crayfish, and then they will convert into metacercaria. And after the ingestion of crabfish or crayfish, humans get the metacercaria. So this is the human life cycle. What you need to remember is this thing, MCRC. This is the stage through which these eggs pass externally: Miracidia, cyst, sporocyst, radia, cercaria. Then they convert in the metacercaria. Metacercaria is the infective form. As I have already told, this is an infective form. Then next thing you need to remember is there are 3 hosts. Definitive host is human, first intermediate is snail, second intermediate is crab or crayfish. This is the life cycle. One more thing you need to know about Paragonimus Westermani is about their eggs. Their eggs are operculated. Operculated means they have a lid. This is lid or operculum. This is present in all of the trematodes except cystosoma. They also have they are golden brown color. So you can remember this golden brown from Paragonimus. Go for golden Westermani. So how you need to remember? P for pulmo, affecting the lungs. Go for golden, and you also need to remember this is a Paragonimus, because the second intermediate host is crab or crayfish. This is all about the Paragonimus Westermani. In next session we are going to talk about other trematodes. Thank you for watching.